Enough is enough.
Hey guys, welcome back to Queen of the Indies Corner with another episode of Indie Talks. I'm your host as always, the Queen of the Indies, Tiffany. And then my returning guest, the Zote, Zach. The Zach attack.
God, this is one of those things that I look forward to all year, as silly as it may sound, because, you know, like, we've been doing this, what now, 2 years? This is our third one,
this is our third one.
Yeah, we did 2023 last year.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy that I, got my start in indie wrestling. My first offer was doing one of these year-end podcasts, and now, we're here to wrap up another year together. The Queen of the Zote.
Isn't it crazy? Like, it's crazy.
Crazy how the world works.
So, and then every year we make another layout, and me and Zach have conversations of our 6 wrestlers that we like to.
It's a heavy debate. Like, we were at the point this year where we were almost like, do we break it and put 8?
Yeah.
But then it's like, no, like, we got to keep it, like, that's like the elite 6. Like, I don't know. We'll come up with a name for it. One of these years we'll have like a name for what those 6 wrestlers are every year.
I don't know. It's like, I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. If you guys got ideas, drop them into the chat or whatever like that. So, but yeah, it's a pretty.
The 6 in the corner.
It's a pretty debate with me and him. So every year it's new people on the layout. Shout out to everybody that we put on. So this year we're like, all right, we were thinking about it. And actually I feel like Ben Bishop was like one of the first ones because you and me met him in person at Heavy Lies the Crown last year in person.
Right.
So it only made sense to put Ben Bishop.
And he's one of those guys that like is the epitome of what to do right on the indies right now.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of those guys that has made his own success. He is marketing himself as a singular entity brand, and he is just making the most of everything that he is, whether that's calling himself 6'12", and people will nag him for it, but it's like, no, I'm 6'12", or it's the multitude of characters that he is constantly creatively, putting forth into the world. Like, and then on top of that, he's just an entertaining professional wrestler. He's a great big man. Like,
We love
if
it.
there's something that this guy isn't doing, then I don't know what it is.
I know. Let me give love in the chat. We're going to go back. Clowns in the chat says, afternoon, everybody. Zach Minger is in the chat. He goes, it's National Bacon Day. Ooh, it's National Bacon Day.
What? Oh, okay. I mean, I love me some
I'm not gonna
bacon.
lie.
Shouts out all the BLT lovers in the
Hell
world.
yeah. I am a BLT lover.
Hell yeah. That's what we're talking
Marissa's in the
about.
chat. She goes, Happy New Year. So Happy New Year too.
And shouts her out. You know, you got Smokes and Meteors coming soon next year. Rebranded her pod. You know, love. Shouts out Marissa.
Gotta love rebranding. Gotta definitely like do what you gotta do, right?
You know a thing or two about that, don't you?
Oh yeah, plenty. And then we got Top 5. Sammy Diaz is in the chat. What is going on? Happy New Year.
Sorry, I can't help but jam.
I love it. Cody Brooks is in the chat. He goes, what's up, y'all? What's going on? Thank you. So
it's the homie Cody, not Rhodes.
Yes. Don't we do that joke all the time though?
You know, it's even funnier though that when Brittany Brooks came to Focus Pro, I made a joke with him. I'm like, so is she Brittany, not Rhodes? Or are you Cody, not Brooks?
I'm dead. I can't. So make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the stream. Let's get some people in here. Let's talk about 2025. But to continue with the layout, obviously you guys know me and Zach are big fan of Maya's World. And congratulations, she is AEW, which we knew was going to happen. Like,
and she is one of those that, again, like, she made the most of everything that was presented to her on top of just being incredibly naturally gifted.
Yeah.
Like, people will rant, and this will be probably a recurring theme throughout today, of people kind of saying that something isn't prevalent. And there is an argument to be made when it comes to women's wrestling, but I think there's so many great, talented women's wrestlers still going, still representing it great. And Maya World is one of them who, like I said, made the most of everything. Now she's all elite. I mean, it's great enough that she's been wrestling the caliber of talent that she's been wrestling at such a stage in her career. But, like, you can't really complain because, like, look at what it's producing.
Yeah, it's crazy. So isn't it crazy how 2 years ago I had Maya on the podcast? You became an instant fan also because I had her on the podcast.
Literally.
I finally got to meet her in person a couple of months ago. Finally. So happy. So I'm happy that she's part of the AEW now. So congrats to her. I'm sure we'll probably still see her around.
You know, she's kicking it with High-End. You know, they're trying to become a formidable tag team down there. And, you know, AEW just came out with women's tag team championships. Maybe the Indies should take suit and maybe some more ladies should start pairing up and, you know, making names for themselves in some tag teams. Because, man, I love me some tag team wrestling. If you get me some good ladies tag team wrestling, like, let's make it a boom. Let's make it the next thing. I mean, intergender wrestling is also cool, too. I'm down for that. I mean, I'm down for whatever tag team wrestling. Like, let's just have all the fun with as many people as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. It's wild. So.
And speaking of tag team wrestling, isn't that a great segue to who else is on this layout?
The Shooter Boys. Or should we say, well, see, I would go like the Cuter Boys, but you had deemed that Aaron is...
Right, there is a cuter shooter. Call it a hot take. I know everybody thinks that Vecchio is quite the darling young man's, but I don't know. Something about that gooberish face on Aaron Ortiz. It's just...
I think it's just funny because if you were following like Cap TV, and that was the big joke of, you know, who's the better Shooter Boy A, Shooter Boy B1 or 2, who's number 1, who's number 2.
So see, there is a precedence for this war. Like, it's not like we're out here freaking spouting off BS. Like, this is legitimate stuff. There are battle lines drawn when it comes to the Shooter Boys. Which side do you shoot for?
I don't know. Like,
I just shoot for them versus as many great tag teams as possible because they're another one of those teams that's just, you know, taken the most out of, like, even at such an early stage, and, like, look at the stuff they're doing.
I know.
Look at the top-notch teams that they're wrestling. Look at the accolades they're achieving in just this calendar year alone. Now they're what? They're hitting up Germany soon? I'm pretty sure I saw.
So they were Wrestling Open Tag Team Champions. They're currently the Cap Creative Pro tag team champion. It's just what they've had, like a really crazy year this year. So they deserve to be on this 100%. So Bronson's having an insane year, right? Like
if there is an MVP of 2025, and like call it biased, call it recency, call it, but I think Bear Bronson is probably one of the strongest contenders you can find anywhere in the world right now. And I mean that's capped off with him now being the independent wrestling world champion. Like if there's no more claim to say that he's the best on the indies, then there isn't much else you can say. I mean, this dude came fresh off a release, had banger after banger, then decides, screw it, let me be a deathmatch wrestler and mutilate myself on a weekendly basis and make myself into a whole reinvention. And, you and I talk about it all the time, like when somebody has a really good reinvent and they just come back a completely different animal, no pun intended, but all the pun intended, I guess. But, like, the sky's the limit for him now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always been this talented. For a long time, Bear Bronson has been this talented. But it's taken this unshackling to let it loose.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's not TNA, like we've seen him on like recently. He's now currently what?
Keep going.
He's currently the IWTV champion. It's so insane, right? Like I had him on in the summer on the podcast. He's doing deathmatch wrestling. Like when I had him on the podcast, he didn't even do the deathmatch stuff yet. And then to see him do that, and I've talked about it on many episodes with other people on this podcast, like like he doesn't need to do it, but goddamn, we're happy that he's doing it because he's so built for it.
And it's one of those things where it's like it may not be for everybody, but like for who it's for and like for what it's doing for him, like all the power to him. He's one of those people where it's like, I want to watch, like, he's someone that you can enjoy watching that because, like, you believe it.
Right.
Because everything Bear Bronson does is believable, no matter what type of wrestling it is. This is a guy who went to Chaotic Wrestling and was like, hey, how about we have a Bear in the Woods match, and inspires, like, 6 people to come fight him in the woods because screw it, why not? But you talk about the IWTV title, right? Mm-hmm. Now he's hitting up TNA with a shot at their world title. Come February, he could win the GCW world title from Atticus Cogar. This dude could have titles that, like, this could be like the next Matt Cardona.
Clown even said it too, and I forgot. Currently reigning Nick Gage, invitational champion. Also, he won that too, which is crazy.
Right, which is one of the biggest deathmatch tournaments. Like, and again, a guy who just started doing death matches outlasted some of the toughest deathmatch wrestlers you can find.
Yeah.
And was like, I'm in this.
Yeah.
I'm as real as it gets.
It's crazy. Shout out everything.
But then the complete opposite of deathmatch wrestler is the last guy that I know, Tiffany, gushy.
Yes, which I will gush in 1 second, but let me give a shout out to Conrad in the chat. Everything Pro Wrestling. Go give him some love. He's got you covered. AEW, WWE, Clash of the Podcast, all that great stuff. Go give Conrad some love. I love him so much in the chat. So, but
that was the Tribal Zane. If you know, you know.
So, yes, Darian Bengston. Oh my God, like love him. He's been on the podcast. If you haven't watched the episode, currently the action world champion over there. Took it from Tim Bosby. Has the spinner belt.
who in his own right had a hell of a year. Like, from zero to hero, honestly, from future showcase to world champion, like, and like believable main eventer at that rate now. But now you look at the new champion, Darian Bengston, and like what I like about the layout too, and this is where it becomes our discussion, right? Is it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I feel about a Focus Pro card. But like, look at, you have your death match, you have your, big man, lanky wrestling, you have your tag team, you have your tremendous lady, and then you have your just graps.
Yeah.
If you want some good graps, that old school down to the mat, but you know what? Maybe he'll throw a flip or two in there just for you. That's a Darian Bankston. That
Listen,
dude should be on every pure freaking radar like
preach,
yesterday.
preach. And he gives the perfect bridge.
Somewhere on this layout, I don't know where it is because I could see it, but there's a shiny, shiny bridge.
There is a bridge.
And that's what everybody should aspire for. The bridge with the toes. Trust me, there is a list. There is a list of people who be killing it right now with them stuff.
Dave's in the chat. He goes, "Hi kids, what's up, Dave? Thank you for joining us." So, listen, we got some bridges. I mean, Aaron Ortiz, he's another one. Gives a beautiful bridge. Love it. I mean, Maya gives a beautiful bridge too. So
that she do.
I've corrupted indie wrestling.
Oh, Valentine, I've seen with a pretty one. Shout out my dog.
The fact that people tag
Diego Alvarez, people may hate him, but like he's Poppy Suave for a reason, and he got some pretty stuff going for him. He may have a punchable face, but he got a pretty bridge.
I love it when I get tagged or people send me stuff. Peep the bridge, peep the bridge. I remember like Nick Wayne used to be like, Tiff, peep the bridge, and I'm like, I don't need to peep the bridge because I saw the bridge.
Dead knowing the bridge.
It's like Nick Wayne is the one of the most perfect bridge. So that is crazy. Dave says, Zach, what are your favorite moments from a show you were working?
Favorite? Oh my goodness! I was just going through. I made the reel for reflecting on 2025, and like one of my biggest things is like how many moments that I got to be a part of. Like I never thought I'd get to call somebody's retirement. At this point in my career, shouts out Delilah Hayden, who's gonna go start a family. But by far one of my favorite just like pure moments, like for me, is getting to call Effie at Focus Pro Wrestling defending his GCW World Championship. Mm-hmm. That's one of those things where it's like, and it was like out of nowhere, like I'm sitting at the table and then Rich Palladino goes, "Hey, it's a title match now." And I'm like, "Oh shit, what now?" Like that's one of the most prestigious championships on all of independent wrestling, if not the, like, it's 1A, 1B with IWTV, really. Yeah. And like just to like, and the energy that in the beer hall as well, like shouts out that venue out in Medford, Massachusetts. Focus Pro will be back there in February. Keep an eye out for that. Actually, I think the information's already on Facebook somewhere. But no, like that's one of those ones that I look back on anytime. Like, so what's like something that you're just like super proud of? I'm like, that one, just because didn't think, coming into this year that I could say I called a GCW world title match. And then Effie comes in all his fabulousness and has one of the just, what only Effie can do.
Yeah. We love Effie. So Effie is fun. We love it. We love it. So it's crazy because did I say that I wanted to go down to Action Wrestling? This has been my bucket list. How many years that I've been saying this?
Right. And look at that. And look at how many people did it take you to finally, have enough of a connecting. It felt like you had to unlock so many wrestlers and build the bridge between New York and freaking Georgia so you could go to Action. It's like, all right, I got Terry, I got Jay Lucas, I got Alex Kane, I got Adam Priest, I got Begston, I got Bosby, I got Fluffman, I got Shawn Legacy, I got...
It was a task, man. Like, but you know what? It just meant that it wasn't the right timing for me to go, and this worked out this year for me because this has been the massive bucket list for me to travel. And I know I talked about this when I was gearing up every week to go down to Georgia, is that I've driven. Zach's driven with me. We've gotten into the car. We've drove to like Connecticut or, like wherever for shows and stuff like that. I've gone up to Maine, but I never got on a plane for indie wrestling. Like I've gone on a plane and went to All Out years ago. You can check that, out on the podcast too. Like if you go all the way back, but I never went for indie wrestling on a plane. So it kind of worked out. Fluffman picked me up. And like you said, like this was just a banger card for me. And I was a pig in shit like to finally go down to Action Wrestling.
Rightfully so. Like you had sponsored one of the matches on that show, and
it was Priest and Bosby. It was the main event, and I was like, I can't wait to fight with Tim Bosby, who, you know, I love Tim Bosby. You know, the character, you know, like he plays an asshole, but like I've said this on this podcast that he was going to take off, and he has, and he's killing. Now he's champion of Memphis wrestling.
Oh, good for him. Hell yeah,
so
dude.
that just happened for him also too. So he's
also going for the Pro Wrestling Symphony title coming up
yes.
soon.
So he needs to come up here. Like, you know, we need him more.
Oh my God, I would love that so much. Like, that'd be amazing. Like for a lot more of those guys to be out this way, you know. But I mean, there's also every reason for me to maybe take a trip down there, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe I have to take a trip for indie wrestling soon.
Yes. Well, you know, we're talking about it. Like, so we've been planning to go to SCI next year. You know, there's a big tournament every year. So I'm excited for that because my whole thing was I needed to go to Action Wrestling first before I do an SCI. So that was very important to me. So I got to be part of that. You know, Adam Priest threw Tim Bosby on me, which I'm never going to forgive either one of them. You know, Tim Bosby talk shit on Wrestling Junkies podcast about that. Did I ever tell you that? Like,
I don't think you actually told me this.
So I was in the chat and I was saying how I'm mad because Bosby sat on me. And then Bosby went off on the podcast. Go check out Wrestling Junkies podcast also. I love those boys or whatever. They're great.
Keep plugged.
So they said Tiffany's mad because you sat on her. And then he goes, you guys make it seem like I gave her a lap dance or something like that. And he was like, she should be mad at Adam because Adam threw me on her.
You know, that would be the series of events. Like, that should be the process.
Yeah, but
would go down. But
he's husband, so like he gets a pass. So
how could you be mad at him?
So no, I can't be mad at him. So we would just blame Bosby.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah. So Darian Bankston, you know, go back to that. I was excited because you watched that match too with him and A Game.
Yeah.
And that one I had to sponsor because I was like, this is just screaming me. And this was a banger. Absolutely. I knew how good it was going to be because the styles just match insanely.
Right. And you're one of those people where like you can pick out two wrestlers from completely different areas and go, oh my God, these two would just mesh.
Yeah. Crazy. Jimmy's in the chat. What's up, Jimmy? And Dave says 2026 male and females to watch. Ooh. You want to go first?
Ooh. I think in the female department, I want to give a huge shout to one Selena Hakate. She was recently featured on GCW through their collaboration with Green Mountain Wrestling. She had a great match with Maki Ito. I think she's one that has so much untapped potential, but it's already starting to bloom. And like she's not a big girl, but she's got Divas Division legs with a current day wrestling mindset. So I think she's somebody that's going to really, you know, have a standout. In terms of males, gosh, there's so many.
Yeah.
But I think one that not a lot of people really know about right now that I think people will start to figure out out of Test of Strength is one Peter Gianni, the chef. No pun intended, but all the pun. He's been cooking on the Northeast, you know, like I think he's just putting on solid performance after solid performance, and he only has room to grow. I think he's actually like in his second run in indie wrestling, but like the first one wasn't super long lived, and then he became like he's a literal chef. Like he was like an actual cook who now comes back to wrestling, and like, you know, like I said, he's just doing a lot of good work, and I think he's somebody that if continued to give the right elements, he could really prosper.
Right. There is a lot.
Who you got?
For male, Tommy Davis, which Zach always goes, who?
Yes, because I keep forgetting the most recent future show.
Yes, so it's just funny because Zach knows, like, when he does that to me, he's like, okay, I know I have to be on the lookout for this person because this person normally blows up when Tiffany brings up names. So Tommy Davis caught my attention at the Future Showcase. He came out. See, this always happens to me. I know nothing about them. They come out of the entrance. Never seen them before. I get this feeling about them. And that's how I felt about Gabby Forza, right? Like, I didn't know who the hell she was. I just was like, she came out of the entrance and I'm like, I love this girl, right?
And can we just give her flowers?
Yes.
I mean, I know we do it every year, but I mean, you say that you found her coming through that curtain, and look at her now.
I know.
Freaking, going to have seminars with Bailey and wrestling in front of John Cena on top of so many other great women, the Izzy Morenos, the Livias, the Brooke Havocks, a who's who of women that got to do that seminar. And like continuing, like I said earlier, that like women's wrestling is thriving. There is a great talent pool. It's just a matter of giving them the opportunities that they have busted their ass to prove that they can actually handle in 2025 going into 2026.
Yeah.
It's current day, guys. Like, let's get with the program. Enough of the sausage fest cards. Let's at least have a women's match on the card, please and thank you.
It's funny because it's like I screamed like, God, I feel like women's more like Zach's department for women. I think I'm a little more harsh when it comes to women's wrestling. But for guys, another one, Shimbashi. Okay, Shimbashi's another one. I just want, he's coming on the podcast in 2026. We've already scheduled it. It's happening. So I said to him that I want him to come on here because I just want to start screaming, Shimbashi!
Dude, if you just spend an hour going Shimbashi and he has a clever response, like he's actually answering a question, that would be the greatest thing of all time. Like somehow you saying Shimbashi translate to English language to Shimbashi.
I just want him on the podcast just to scream that or whatever. Another one too, Devious Cass. He just was on the podcast recently. This guy's making crazy waves. So definitely some names to look out for. I feel like I'm lost.
This ain't RJ Rude no more.
I'm trying to think who else women to look out for. I feel like Tiara James has been showing out a little bit more. She's beautiful. She could wrestle. She's someone I got to put on this podcast.
Yeah, but she can't beat my boy Shannon Levangie in a fair fight.
Damn.
That's right. Tiara James catching strays right now.
Damn.
No disrespect, but nobody does Shannon Levangie dirty and gets away with it.
But definitely. There's some names. I know my goal is I've been digging into finding some new promotions out there. It's kind of sad because we've been the doors have been closing on a bunch. DPW, Deadlock Pro. I am so upset because I finally twice this year got to go to 2 Deadlock Pro shows, and it was one of those shows. I went to the beginning of this year. Junie Underwood, Landon Hale was the pre-show, and I always remember those fans for Deadlock Pro. They travel. So it comes out of North Carolina. They came up to Jersey, and I'm talking to people that they have all the accents and everything like that. So it was funny because Junie and Landon came over, they give me the pound, they acknowledged me. So the fans around me were like, okay, well, I'm assuming they're a good guy because they gave her the pound or whatever like that. But so that was a great match. But I am so upset with Deadlock Pro because it was one of those shows that I was I have to hold my pee because I need intermission because I don't want to miss one fucking thing from the show. That's how good Deadlock Pro is.
No, hello.
What?
Okay. I thought I lost you. No. You froze for a second. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm here. It's I'm here. So but yeah.
But I totally.
Yeah, go ahead.
I totally feel what you mean in the terms of the Deadlock Pro, because again, people attribute it a lot to the indies are dying. Look at all the places closing up, and for me, I feel that way about a prestige wrestling, because they're always one it's because West Coast wrestling, is another market that just needs to kind of get tapped and moved and transplanted into stuff that we've got going on over here. Because Prestige was one of those promotions, I would watch the stuff they'd announce, And it's like, okay, I'm gonna go out of my way. If I don't have a booking that day, I want to sit and watch that show
Yeah.
because, like, man, like sometimes they would just pull some stuff out their rear ends, and
Yeah.
like it was cool as hell. And like you said about DPW, like yeah, maybe they don't have like the traveling fans because they're strictly West Coast, but their fans like like that's that West Coast passionate fan base
Yeah.
that will like give them everything because that promotion gives the fans everything possible.
Yeah.
And you got people like Sinner and Saint, Midnight Heat, Amira, another
Miracle
great female
Generation.
performer. Yeah, I mean, hey, I mean they're making their ways out there, like they're more our people, but
Yeah. Well, they're going to Japan.
they're going to Japan.
They're going to
They're
Japan,
going to
Miracle
Japan.
Generation. That is crazy. Yeah, because like the last show is going out there for Deadlock Pro. So Miracle Generation is
Yes.
the tag team champions again, which amazing. Like that last show that aired was really freaking good. Like it's just one of those promotions. I'm sad that it was so far away because I probably would have did the same thing too. I probably would have went to like every single Deadlock show, because it was just
But
that damn good.
at least we still have, again, like there's still wrestling all over the
Oh
place.
yeah.
You've got your West Coast pros, you've got your actions, your pro wrestling symphonies, your focus pros, your fight lives, your BSTs out here, ETUs. Like indie wrestling is damn okay. There's plenty of places for these people to land. And who knows, maybe now with those places, it's unfortunate, but like when some doors close, it allows other people to come from the woodwork
Yeah.
and people that weren't getting that attention, who have been doing a lot of really good work that just nobody's really talking about.
Right.
Now they have their time to shine.
Well, it's funny because it's like I've been getting rumblings of, wrestlers wanting to start their own shows and stuff like that. So, which I'm not going to air because that's on them and stuff like that. But like, look at Richard Holiday, right?
I was just about to say,
Like, look
send
at
the
Richard Holiday.
template.
We streamed on my birthday. We watched his show. Like, I'm still sad. Like, I missed that show. But me and Zach got to sit here and watch it and live stream it and everything like that. But like, kudos to him because we're giving you your flowers because that shit was damn good. Like,
Right, and he deserves them, And like, I was also sad I couldn't be there, but because of my association with Outcast Wrestling, I got to go out to Jersey and do Pro Wrestling Magic, Super Show and all that, which is an amazing experience in itself. But it comes back to Holiday, and like the work he's doing right now is insane. His
Yeah.
social media game is like uncomparable by few, if many. Like we were talking about Ben Bishop earlier, like he's one of the very few.
right.
But like this is a guy who can be so confident now in everything that he's doing that he can believably try to call out Pink.
Yeah.
Like
Me and Zach were just talking about this.
All because he hits people below the belt. It's not a low blow, it's his signature move.
Yeah. So
But no, and again, like that show that he put on was so good. Like it was one of those cards that, like, you know what? You wouldn't think that it would go as like swimmingly as it did. And you know what? Shouts out to Kurt Adonis, who was a major piece behind the scenes of that show. But like, no, Holiday gets this stuff.
yeah.
And like that card was so well paced. It had variety, it had a little bit of something for everything because it's one of those shows that's like in its own isolated bubble and it can just be fun. And if you can harness that and do it right, then like all the power to you.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see what 2026 brings. I don't know. Like, we
Who
lost
needs to run a show? The Queen of the Indies, damn it.
You never
You
know.
run a show.
You never know. One day.
Forget the wrestlers. How about you?
Listen, me, I'll be having my final, my battle of the husbands. Those the husbands.
The husband the husband scramble.
Yes, and then I guess I need a son one too. Yeah.
Fight for me, children. Fight.
Puppets. I'm fucking dead. But yeah, no, like I've been kind of digging into some stuff too. I've been trying to find some more promotions out there that I haven't. So Pro Wrestling Symphony is definitely one. Rory just did the Wrestling with Positivity video. So I was reading what he sent in with his son. That just started in June this year. So that's on IWTV. So you can definitely like check that out. West Coast Pro now which is great. I think one of the problems that we also had was that like there's so many apps, right? And now West Coast Pro is now on YouTube. So you can go onto YouTube and go watch that. And what's it called? Now we have the partnership with Action Wrestling.
I was just about to bring that up. Yeah, and that's something that's so integral. And this was like kind of like echoing what you were saying, where it's like this is like there's not enough of promotions actually working together. It's so like volatile in certain aspects, and like this is what I love about a place like Outcast that I work out in Connecticut. Outcast Wrestling Revolution, where it's like the door's open. Like, let's work together. Let's get people in seats. Let's give people, the great live experience. Let's just like make good stuff.
Yeah.
Like, if there is an opportunity for quality entertainment and maybe even some profit if you can swing it,
yeah, what
is the harm in pooling your resources to create something special? Not just for fans, but, for wrestling as a whole. And I think what West Coast Pros is doing is something like, I think like DPW had it with a couple of promotions as well, like they had the right idea. And now what they started, somebody else now can pick up that ball and kind of be that next, because GCW has it. The Restival was kind of one of those, ideas, but it was like its own one-time deal every year.
Yeah.
And again, if we can continue to expand on these kinds of things, like as these promotions close off, it doesn't really harm anything if everybody's strong.
Yeah.
If those who remain are still, prospering.
100%. I would love to see more promotions work with each other. Where is it? Clown in chat said, I felt Cannonball Fest was like that, something for everyone. That show, did you watch that? The Cannonball, which is great.
Which one? Which one are we talking about? Because there were multiple Cannonball
Yeah, because
shows.
you had Interspecies was doing like a lot. Sean Henderson was running, like thinking about the one
which Godspeed to freaking Jeff Cannonball and all the progress that they're making with that, and Tara Kellaway selling her book, and like I could never fucking fathom going through what they're going through, and the amount of support that they have gotten from the wrestling world is a testament to like how strong it can be.
Yeah. No, it's wild. Like Jeff Cannonball's been on this podcast a couple of times, like wonderful guy, love him, like of course, like, this sucks, but like just to see like all the support of all the promotions raising money for him, and Jimmy worked one of the shows too, and I think that was the Jeff Cannonball Fest. Was that Pennsylvania or was that I think it was in Jersey. GCW ran, like there was so much, like ICW like ran, there was so many promotions that was running for Jeff Cannonball and stuff. Like there were some great matches, and to see like certain people at these shows, and then even like Jeff sitting there, and like even like Tony Deppen like getting out of the ring and like going to go kiss like Jeff, like it like melt my heart because I know how like close those two are and stuff, but what a beautiful thing with that, it's like a fucked up reason of why we have to come together, but to see that support, is amazing. So definitely a great show. That was on YouTube. So check that out.
If anything screams wrestling with positivity, it's something like that,
100%.
Like you said, it's the cruddy circumstances, but even when it's not, like wrestling, like we talk about it all the time, like how negative it really can get. But like when you boil it down to its core, there are so many great people and so many who are, trying to beat that stigma, and just be those positive lights, be those influences that are like, hey, this isn't a shitty thing to like, it is okay to be a wrestling fan because like there is some wholesomeness here.
Yeah.
In all the fighting and all the bloodbaths and all the politicking and all the drama, like, there is something pure when we all just come together and fucking enjoy this fucking crazy stuff.
100%. So, and Jimmy said it was in Jersey. Yeah, Joey Janela ran that one. That was really good. That was on YouTube. So it makes me think, because like GCW went up to Maine this year too, which was cool to run in the Limitless building, and that was a fun show. And I had fans even messaging me. They're like, Tiff, I don't know these people, and I had to like tell them like who, you know, okay, you're gonna like this one. Like Top Team was there,
right?
And Jay Lucas messaged me, and then he goes, number 2 on the show, he's like, this match is for you. And then I was like, oh, are you wrestling Miracle Generation?
Dude, and again, like tag teams are killing right now, because like one of the matches from that show actually made it onto our family friends miss list, where you know, every year me and my gang, you know, we get together, we each pick a few matches and compile. And Busta and the Brain versus Starstruck, you know, was one of the matches that got picked for all the right reasons. You know, like Alec has been killing it ever since pairing up with Jordo, since he came back from his injury. You know, like it's been a real resurgence for them. You know, and then you've got, I never thought in a million years that Channing Thomas would be digestible until you paired him with AG, and they freaking work. They just work. They have that, like, they just have that natural chemistry with each other. And that's probably from wrestling 1,000 times. Yeah. Same with Alec and Jordan.
Yeah.
You know, and so they had one of those matches that's like, yes, this is why I love tag team wrestling right here. I mean, that's besides post game being fantastic, and Riley O'Neal and Devin Justice above all being a standout tag team that's on the come up right now, who I will sing praises for. But like, again, those collaborations that GCW was doing, you know, it helped a lot of people get exposed. It helped a lot of people, you know, find audiences that they wouldn't really reach. A guy like a Don Freeze, who I will never not stop talking about. That boy, that big flippy boy.
That's 2026 right there of man to look out for. It took a little bit of time because I know him for a couple years now through Mike Skyroth, and like I seen him at what was it? Legacy is Timeless, that he like came down to. So I was like excited for that.
And it's so funny because I didn't even realize that I had seen him at that one LIT show that I went to until he ended up coming through Proving Ground, and that's how I got like wicked familiar with him. And when he comes up to me, like I do it at every show. You know, I always like to touch base with any talent, especially ones that I haven't worked with yet. You know, I just want to make sure that I'm putting you over the best possible. I want to make you sound like $1 million while you go and look like $1 million. Yeah. And when this guy's coming up to me and he's telling me the stuff that he does, he's like, okay, so I do this, you know, handspring into this, and it's called this. And I'm like, whoa, wait, what do you? And he's like, yeah, and then my finish is I do the, you know, AJ Styles, he does the spinal tap. Yeah, I do that, but it's the polar. I'm like, hold on, what are you talking about? And then he goes out there and he does it.
You sounded like me. What are you talking about? He's hanging around me too long. Yo, New York just came out of you and it was just crazy. What are you talking about?
Manifesting it now. I need to debut in New York in 2026 so I can do New Yorkisms. New York. So the Massachusetts guy can do New Yorkisms.
No, stop. Oh my God.
What are you talking?
Clipped. That was funny. That was great.
But no, I mean, but to cap off, Polar cap off, Don Freeze, like we said, like he is definitely somebody to be watching. If you didn't watch the match that he had with Marcus on the same show that Selena fought Maki Ito, it is on Triller TV, as are many hours of great wrestling that you can consume for just a few dollars a month. I don't get paid, but dude's just killing. So good. All killer, no filler, like my Skyros.
We got to go to a GCW show this year together. We went from BST to GCW. So we double dabbed. We were tired. We were double dabbed.
Oh my God, that was that. Yes. Mm-hmm. We did do that.
So
we
had to go because
thinking about the other one.
It was that was the show, right? It was Dijak and A Game, right? Which hands down is my favorite match of 2025 because Zach was with me for this and sitting in the front row. And you guys know how much like A Game's had an amazing year, and I know he's injured. You know, we wish him well, and he is absolutely like he's my boy. Like Shannon Levangie is Zach's boy. Like A Game is my boy, and like it is so amazing to see all the matches that he had this year, and it's just gotten better and better and better. But him and Dijak, oh my god, like being there live,
money.
oh my god, like standing ovation. And like I joke around with him and I go, I forget that you're a heel.
Yeah, but it's because of the people he surrounds himself with. And even though they're supposed to be bad guys, you can't help but love them because they're just amazing, you know.
Yeah.
Shouts out Quasi, shouts out Angelo Carter, Diaspora. Again, tag team wrestling. Yum, 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 yum,
Yeah,
yum, yum.
oh my god, like Jesus.
But if we're talking about the singles match right now, like it's like you said, like standing ovation. It's very rare.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there are a lot of tropes in wrestling that are very much overused, or they're used in faithfully. Like a "this is awesome" chant in the first 3 minutes of a match. Like I don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
But standing ovations, I feel like, are still something that is very earned in wrestling. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like they don't happen unless a match is really, really deserving of it.
Yeah.
And for like you said, like, Dijak and A Game are a match that can have that. You know, it's rightfully why it could be your match of the year.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
could be anybody's match of the year. It could be a top tier match anywhere in the world.
Yeah, no, I mean there's been a lot of amazing matches that I've seen this year, but that is the one that just there's always one match that always sticks out to me, and it's usually one that I'm always sitting like physically so you could feel the emotion, and I just knew how big this match was going to be and how good. And the fact that like I will always give props to Dijak, because the fact that he's come back to the indies and he's here obviously to give a great match himself, but the fact of putting over the next and upcoming talent. And I've seen so many amazing matches with him this year, and even like the people up at Chaotic that he's worked. He just showed up at ATU, like match after match after match after match. Even like when he came back, him and Aaron Rourke, like when he came back to the indies, like that was an amazing match. Like these matches. But him and A Game this year is my stealer of 2025. I don't care what anybody says. Like,
see, and that's how I feel if we're talking matches of the year, if we want to boil it down to that conversation. I have two, but I'll put over the primary one that I feel kind of like is the A Game Dijak match for me, though, and that would be one that just recently came out on YouTube for Focus Pro Wrestling. Again, tag team wrestling, I love it. Post game versus Fresh Air, the Focus Pro Tag Team Championships.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I will not. That is probably the match especially tag team wise, probably one of the most fun matches I have ever called since I've started doing commentary. And like the amount of things that these guys pulled, the peaks and valleys that they take you on, like some of the innovation, like there's stuff in there that I don't feel like I've seen out of them, you know, and they really pushed and they pushed and they pushed the boundary until it finally led to, you know, that final moment. And like that's what it has to come down to, especially like when you have so many pieces in a tag team match. Like you have to make each piece feel unique but flow into the next, and they just did it so masterfully, you know, for the time they were given. And like I will continuously
he always talks about this match just like I talk about A Game and Dijak. Me and Zach always talk about these matches.
You know, but we can go with recency bias. I mean, Shannon, if we're talking about boys, you know, Shannon Levangie and one of your guys, Dustin Flash Waller, had a killer at Fight Life.
Oh my god!
Recently. You know, I would have never believed it was first time ever until Frankie put it out that it was.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
we've seen them in scrambles. Plenty.
Yeah, because they've done scrambles, they've done tag stuff, they've done rumbles.
Yeah.
But first time one-on-one, and this is one of those matches where, like, okay, if you don't want to watch the 20 plus 5 minute banger main event, you want something that's like a little more digestible, take 10 minutes, watch this one. You won't be bored for the entirety
Yeah.
of it because these two just, again, something about their chemistry and their styles just clickety, clickety,
Oh
click.
my God.
And it's some of the most fun I've had, like sitting behind a table. And I feel like the fans themselves also had that same energy. It's third in the card.
Yeah.
Like, so there's still so much to go, and they had already been treated to some stuff. So, like, again, like, there's just so many great matches.
Oh,
Like, that's why every show that I go to, I have to make sure that I isolate what the match of the night is because, like, otherwise it's like you forget because there's so much and there's
I
so
know.
much good wrestling, but you want to be able to pinpoint, like, okay, what was that thing that I really, really, really liked today?
I'm gonna read the stuff in the chat, but honorable mention of A Game and JT Dunn at Fight Life. That was at the Blitzkrieg building or whatever. That was another great building because the fact that JT like went into just exactly like, A Game of like kind of like the MMA style, like fucking blew my mind. So I had to bring that match up too. So that was great.
Yeah.
But also too, like we're talking about like best matches and stuff like that. Do you have, because I have what, like of long-term storytelling, because it has to be Darian Bankston and Tim Bosby because they wrestled. It took so long in order for Darian to win the belt. There was so much story, and I love that about action wrestling so much. And I will forever give the flowers to Matt Griffin on this because since I've been following for years, like even like Cruel and Adam Priest, all those years that it was colliding into other promotions and stuff. Same thing with Darian Bankston and Tim Bosby. Darian would wrestle him, lose. Darian would wrestle him again, lose. Then like Adam Priest came in and he challenged for the belt because they're best friends or whatever. And then it was like Adam lost. And then they showed up at TWE. Darian lost. And then if you did not watch when Darian won the belt, Matt Griffin got involved. Like there was so much craziness. The ref got involved. It was crazy. So long-term story telling for is Darian Bankston and Tim Bosby for me.
All right, I have an answer for that. If we're talking long-term stories, I think one of the, because it's a year-to-year story, I guess, but I mean, I think there's probably some underlying to it. Proving Ground, my home promotion, and shouts out the man behind the mission, Derek Simonetti, the Dream Maker. He is somebody who's very much like a storytelling promoter. He is somebody that like every match on his card kind of has to have something, or he doesn't feel like it needs to be there. And in terms of the conversation we're having, I think the best example of it is Frank Bones and Joey Warner in our DLC title division, where, Frank Bones and Joey were supposed to fight last May. Frank Bones couldn't. He got injured, and Joey would fight Mike Montero. Mm-hmm. And that was the match that put Joey Warner on the map. This is like, hey, this guy is it. And he spent the entire year just proving that match after match. Meanwhile, Frank Bones has this title that allows him to have any match he wants. He makes it an MMA style type deal. 3 5-minute rounds. You can't leave the ring, all this stuff. And he has his group ragging on Joey for the beginning half of the year until it ultimately has Joey getting through that. But then Frank Bones runs through Joey's entire faction defending his title, ultimately leading to the same May event that they were supposed to fight on originally for the title. It has to go to sudden death overtime thanks to our impartial Seagulls, and Joey Warner ends up winning the championship in the culminating moment. And, it's one of those things where, like, if you watch each piece and you take it and you string it along, like, it's one of those things where, like, even though you've never heard of these guys, they're good at what they do, and they're in the positions they are for a reason within the Proving Ground, and the story just blossomed. It was awesome.
Oh, long-term storytelling. I'm all for it. Let me give love in this.
I'm gonna miss Joey Warner. That sucker has to be moving to Tennessee. So good. I hope.
So we gotta go down to Tennessee. We gotta go see TWE.
Hopefully he lands something down there. I wish nothing
Pro Wrestling Symphony. All right. Let me give
love in this chat. Dude, if Joey Warner fights Tim Bosby, dude, we're fighting. We're fighting that day.
I'm done. Clown says, I keep going back to KJ Orzo versus Sam Stackhouse, the I Quit match as my match of the year.
And
KS.
you know what? And we'll give KJ Orso some credit. You know, one of those guys who like was so identifiable as Fuego del Sol,
Mhm.
and like since he took off the mask, has become one of the most notorious heels.
Mhm.
Like I feel like he
Did
took
he
the
yell at
Warhorse path.
our friend Max
Yes, yes, he did. He did. How dare he?
at that GCW show in Connecticut we went to?
Yes. But he's one of those ones that who the heck did I just compare him to? Warhorse. He's one of the ones that was like one of the most colorful characters and then like completely changed into this like brooding freaking jerk face. And like you can't help but like just your skin crawls every time you see him and it's working and he's doing such good work. And I can't wait for him to come and fight Monty for the Focus Pro Championship January 10th.
Look at that.
Cheap plug out in Braintree, baby. Get your tickets.
Kay says Starstruck versus the Shooter Boys. No time limit at Wrestling Open, Rhode Island is one of the most deserving standing ovation matches of the year for me. You were at that one, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I was at that match. That was the night I got Schmeckledorf. But no, but if there's anything that didn't get Schmeckledorf, it was those two teams going out there and they were one that kind of like had like a mini isolated story since Shooter Boys lost the Open Tag titles.
Yeah.
You know, and you know they took it was like 35 minutes they went.
Yeah.
And like you could live. I'm sitting there watching it, and you watch it in phases.
Right.
Because like, and it's great. And again, I love Palladino because Palladino, you know, gives the announcements for the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like the first 5 minutes is like AG and Aaron Ortiz just feeling each other out. And then 5 minutes of just Channing and Anthony. Like they're milking it. And then you start getting into the stuff that you would see in the openings of a normal tag match. You start getting the quick tag. You start getting everything. Now you're 15 minutes deep getting spots you should have gotten half the time ago. You're 25 minutes into this match getting like crazy near falls and it's still not even close to done.
Yeah.
Like that's definitely, I'll give that person credit. And, you know, shouts out again, AG, Channing, like they're on a different run right now as a tag team. I mean, AG is just one of the most talented wrestlers on the entire planet, bar none. Tell me otherwise, you can't. But like he is really just coming to his own, and like Channing's coming to his own with AG if he wasn't already enough. Shooter Boys, there's a reason they're on the thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, man.
I don't know why, like when we were talking about Anthony Green, I was thinking about when we went to the school event for BST and AG was fighting with the fans in the front row in the auditorium. Like, talk about perfect heel work. It's amazing. Like
AG's been like, dude, find me something he can't do and I'll call you a liar.
I love that. Ryan Redfield is in the chat. What is going on? To him. We saw a video teasing a comeback. If you didn't watch it, definitely go.
That is the podcast equivalent of the eyes emoji.
So go give Ryan Redfield some love. So.
Every indie wrestler ever. Anytime somebody goes, "Hey, who wants something?" Eye emoji.
Man, there's just so much stuff. You know, Fight Life is back, thank God. We've missed you for the 8 months, Frankie. We love you. You know, great stuff going on there.
Literally.
ETU just celebrated 4 years, which is crazy.
That's so crazy to think about them, you know? Like, it feels like they've been around for so long. Like, I mean, they have kind of been around for a minute now, but like, they just striding along, doing their thing.
I love that they bring in Conan Lycan in a lot, which is basic, which we've also
More
seen.
people need to bring in Conan Lycan.
Yeah,
That's what
like
I'm saying.
me,
Frankie.
Yeah, there's like a
Hey,
lot.
Brian Bayside. Evan.
Put Darren Bengston on the list too. I'll come back. Focus Pro was another one that I went up to this year. That I that was another promotion that I can add to my list of places that I've never physically been to before. And Focus Pro's on the list for this year for me. I gotta update my list because there's a lot of new promotions I went to that I haven't gone to this year.
And I really want to give praise to Focus Pro, you know, because they're one of those promotions I'm so glad that I found like as a fan, and like they were outside of Proving Ground, they were the first ones to take that next chance on me. They were the ones that started the genesis of, the widespread reach of soap. And like the things I've gotten to do through working with them are things that like I never thought possible at this stage in my career. They're a promotion I am so grateful to have. They're one of those places that like, and I harp on it, but it's a little bit of everything. You have great tag team wrestling. We have a strong women's division. You've got your A and your B story. You want to scramble? Sometimes we'll throw you a little bit of that. We're starting to get more into that hardcore, exposure. Guys like JB Anderson are coming through, Slade. Like, and it's just one of those places where it's just fun. It's genuinely like, it feels like underground fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just rowdy. And it's like, you never know what's going to happen. You never know who the powers that be are going to pull out of their rear end and go, hey, guess who's showing up on our doorstep today? And I'll go, what? Okay, let's freaking play. Let's go, guys. It's go time. And if you haven't been to a Focus Pro show, man, 2026 is going to be a hell of a gosh darn year. We're already starting strong January 10th at Basket Case. Shannon Levangie versus Izzy Moreno. Akira's going to kill Diego Alvarez. That's on top of Little Guido's coming through. Nunzio, ECW legend. Like, you're going to get your bang for your buck if you go to a Focus Pro show. And again, they're one of those promotions where, again, like, for all the promotions that are closing their doors, here's somewhere you can fall back on and know you're still going to be entertained with independent wrestling.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's been so many promotions just showing out this year, which is crazy. So that's always like my goal. I need to find some new places, always looking for some new stuff. Rad Pro's been fun this year too, like the last show.
Rad Pro's always just fun. Pro Wrestling Junkies is doing a lot of great work. They're just putting on some super cards that any fan can appreciate with top talents going. They've got some great people behind that. Like, there's so many places. There's so many. I mean, we can keep on narping BST's freaking horn.
BST's grew, like, I'll continue to say it, to watch the growth, because I've been following BST for a couple of years too. Probably like just around the same time that I've been following Action. And, BST's one that like, like you grow with, that you're like, wow, like we've come like a long way. Not that it wasn't good, because I was going and like I was enjoying it, but like it's gotten like better. And I love that when it gets like better, that it doesn't get like stale dated. And like me and Zach was talking about stuff being stale dated. And it's like, all right, kind of bored. I need some new stuff. So I love that, people take the time and it's like, all right, how am I making my promotion so much better? So
even a place out here in Rhode Island, in the smallest state, I want to give some love to the RWA, Renegade Wrestling Alliance. T Phoenix is doing some great work. I mean, this is a promotion that's been around for so long, but just like it always had like a bad rep because of its early startings.
Right.
And like through a lot of the good rapport that was built through Renegade Ring Rentals, which if you're aspiring to host a wrestling show and you need wrestling rings and guardrails and chairs and all that fun jazz, hit up Renegade Ring Rentals. But through all that, the RWA was able to, really extend different olive branches into a bunch of different things, and now cultivate something where they're packing damn near 300 people into a building every month.
Yeah.
With dedicated fans, new fans coming, community freaking outreach and collaboration. Hell, there's a man running for mayor of Providence who was a former champion. Like, if we're not involving people in the community, like, it's one of those just places that you can really make a home out of if you really just give it the time. And you get so much because there's so many talented people who come through. And, again, T's got his hands in so much stuff that he's bringing in people from every little friggin' inkling corner of New England, the Northeast scene, and just creating something special that I think if you're ever out in this area and you're in the littlest pocket of the United States, come through. You won't be disappointed.
There's a lot. I was just talking with a fan, because I went to Cap TV. What was it? Like a week ago? Or was it? Whatever. And I was talking to a fan. We were talking about mystery wrestling. The other day, like another one. Oh my
God. They're between them and Wrestling Revolver. They're the ones that I need to like come to me immediately.
Yeah.
Because I need my super serious banger show, and then I need my absolute, like, I'm going to be stoned out of my mind, and the wrestling is going to emulate it.
Yeah. So,
Like,
yeah.
Fun fact, I stayed up for a majority of their longest record-setting match of all time that went 21 hours on Twitch.
Mhm.
Like, that is the level of dedication to the bit
Yeah.
that these people go. Like, they are not above any joke or any, like, oh, challenge accepted.
Yeah.
We'll do it. Why not? I mean, Gabby Forza got to share a locker room with the Power Rangers. Like, that's a real sentence
Yeah. No, it's
that she can proudly tout, and she does.
Oh man, me and Zach were talking off air. We were talking about promos and videos, and we were talking about Ben Bishop and like Richard Holiday, and then we were talking about like Becca, and like I got to be part of one of Becca's videos.
Like, dude, I thought that was so funny. I'm like, recruiting for husband.
I was like, damn, it's a new husband list. It was just so funny. She goes, we did video. I was like, of course. I was like, anything for you. It was just so funny. But even Zach was like, what is you recruiting new husbands? Like,
but I really love people like finding something that they can grasp onto and like making series out of it. Making like I've always said that like you are your own story to tell.
Yeah.
Even if a promoter doesn't have a storyline for you, you can make a one-off match matter.
Yeah.
If you just correlate it to something that is personal to you.
Right.
And, you know, and now people can take whatever their gimmicks are, and if they can find a creative way to express it, like, all the power to them. And I'll keep saying that phrase. You know, like, I'll shout out a guy like a Jeremy Lacroix.
Yeah.
This guy, his whole thing is he likes to hit people with lariats. So now what he does is he goes around every show he's at, and he will ask, can I lariat it? And he'll find someone or something to try and lariat, and to varying success. But that's just those little things that you can do, that you can just try out, and like, if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, then what did it harm you? You know, one bad video doesn't kill a carear.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you do something really scandalous in that video. But,
Zach,
you know, that...
what are you doing?
Sandwiches. All right. But no, like, it's all about just finding what works for you and making the most out of everything that you're doing. And like, it narps back to Holiday, something that I have embodied throughout this entire year that I've been, you know, growing and expanding, is like, make everything you do feel important. Because if you don't make it sound like it's important, who's going to think it's important? Who's going to care enough to even buy into what you're trying to sell?
Right.
Like, so for signature moves and shindy promoters and tribal Keiths to, you know, be all the rage, freaking sweet.
Shout out to Mark, because I saw he liked the post. So we were talking about you. We were talking about you off air.
The man who went from flipping off the Queen to meeting Killer Cross to, oh my God, what was the middle stage? Because he was in a Rumble.
He was in a Rumble, and he's a
booker.
Yeah,
this guy's stealing my shit.
Ichi and Dez.
I am the Zach of all trades, Mark. Don't steal the all trades part of my thing.
Damn. Well, shit.
No, but we love Mark.
Yeah,
we love Mark.
Mark,
and, like,
Mark was on the pod.
Listen,
he appeared.
And you know what? Our media people don't get enough love. You know, the people like the Marks and the Steve Abduli and Multimedia Dave and Billy and Jimmy James and this, that, all these production people behind the scenes, my fellow commentators, you know, everybody plays a role, and it gets to be fun for everybody, you know, and I love it for somebody like Mark, who is just having the time of his freaking life, you know, doing everything behind a lens.
Right. And like giving me the finger.
It sucks that, you know, he's got so many weddings now that keep him from wrestling. But, you know, again, he's doing what he loves.
Well, I miss you, definitely. I miss a lot of people. Like, a lot of people have been hitting me up. They're like, when are you coming up? And it's like, I don't know. I don't feel like
I
driving.
feel the same way. I feel so bad when I can't go to things. So I'm like, I'm just a wee little guy. I
I
can only do
know.
so much,
I feel bad. I don't want to drive. I'm
but I
old.
also want to do so much more.
I know. Well, our plan is to do SCI next year. That's
Which,
our big trip.
oh my God, that's gonna be an amazing experience. Like that's gonna be one of those things that like defines 2026. You
Yeah.
know?
Like, you guys know, like, how, like, obsessed I am with SCI and, like, action wrestling and stuff. So,
And the best part, and I think the highlight for me on that as well is the Future Showcase because,
mhm.
like, look how many people you have found just watching the Future Showcase. It is literally like it's what Proving Ground Pulse. It's what Focus Pros Out of Focus.
Yeah.
Except it's an entire show of just let's show you what's upcoming. Let's show you who's not the biggest thing in the world yet,
Mhm.
but let's just give them a couple minutes, a little pocket of the world, and let them go.
And
And
they
let
can
them do their
go.
thing. And
Li-
they can freaking go. The ones that you don't think are the highlight are the ones that are starting your shows off the hottest and really getting people into it.
The OXP is definitely another one that I've been
Oh,
seeing a lot of
XP.
people talking about. And so he was in the Future Showcase also. He's really good. He's probably gonna come out more next year and stuff. He was up at Open, actually. So I don't know if you watched that episode, but he wrestled at Open or whatever. But yeah, he was on Future Showcase also. Um
You know
and
who I would love to see in the Future Showcase?
who?
All Go Nelly.
Oh yeah.
He'd be somebody that I feel like would just splash so nicely into something like that.
Splash.
With his little signs and stuff. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, it's
Especially if he does the cowboy gimmick. Oh my.
I mean, look, A Game's been in the Future Showcase. TJ Crawford's been down there. Like, there's a lot. I wish we could see like more of that, like all over the place. But I love like finding all like new people, because of that. That's like always like one of my favorites of there. So yeah, 2026. Here we go. Like, I'm here for it. So, damn, yeah, no, it's been crazy. I'm trying to think about like everything and like there's so much. I mean, we could sit here, we could talk for like freaking hours and stuff
It's what
about.
we do.
Yeah, me and Zach do it all the time. Like just on the phone, we just like sit and bullshit. I mean, like I don't know what you guys, what else in the chat, or if you're watching this live, leave me some comments. Tell me some of your favorite indie matches and who to look out for, or maybe you found someone new this year that you didn't know existed or whatever. It's crazy. Like I feel like Ray Jazz is another one that I feel like that I started seeing him at other promotions, and he's another one that, who was it? Him and Anthony Green. And I talked about this on our podcast or whatever. That was a really good match. And I felt like that
Yes.
showcased how good Ray Jazz is. So who else? Like Chaotic Wrestling's crazy, like going like great stuff up there. Martyr's been
You know what? If we're gonna put love on anybody in chaotic wrestling that we have not touched on yet, can we please talk about the first mic'd up professional
Oh my
wrestler
God.
on the scene?
Have I
Can
not-
we talk about the spotlight, Jose Zamora?
Okay. I still need him on the podcast. I'm like salty. Like, I need this man like on the fucking podcast because I'm probably like one of his like biggest freaking supporters here. Like when he comes down to New York, my ass is there. He's showed up at Remarkable. He's been at House of Glory. I went there when they did the Puerto Rican show. I had to be there, for that. Like I saw him hanging out at ETU. There was another podcaster that was asking me and like who's someone to look out for. I was like Jose Zamora. Like he's in Puerto Rico wrestling right now. Like how crazy
So
is
I
it?
was just about to say, I'm like, this dude's literally on the island, kicking ass. Like, and he's somebody again who like is full on committed to the bit. He lives it. He is it. Like when he says he's spotlight, it is because like it is part of who he was coming into wrestling. He already kind of had a little bit, like he had a social media presence, And now he brought that into something,
Yeah.
and he decided, hey, let me be super athletic and do some moves that. And again, like he's somebody like who's so early, but like is
He's
doing things
only a
that I've
year
never seen
in.
other people do. Yeah,
He's only a
right.
year in, which
And,
is crazy. Millions of views.
and
It's
he's
like another
only got
BRG.
so much room.
Yeah, it's like another
Oh
BRG or
yeah,
Jack
right.
Tomlinson, like of like the videos going like viral and
Where's
stuff.
that social media title when you need it?
Right? And Milo
Oh,
Mira is another one that like needs to like be
yes,
thrown into that.
dude.
Cause
I don't remember if the pogo stick thing was like end of last year or it started this year.
yeah.
But like, because I know he was primarily doing the GGC stuff with Chaotic. But like, ever since he just like, again, when you find something that is like organically tailored to you as a person and you can just like turn it up, that's
Yeah.
when you're at your best.
Yeah.
And Milo Mir is somebody who came into it with a pogo world record and can now incorporate it into wrestling, doing some of the craziest things. Like, I watched him pogo stick jump onto a building banister, then do a moonsault off of it.
Yeah.
Like, this dude's insane for no reason, but
Yeah.
for all the best reasons.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Speaking of crazy, Judy Underwood's in the chat. What's going on? He's like,
Oh man, you mean the man who's gonna challenge the winningest, most defendingest Focus Pro Tag Team champions alongside another one that's really gonna be one to keep your eye on in 2026, Mr. Flying Ryan O'Neal.
oh my god.
Like
He's-
he's something right now.
yeah.
I feel like he kind of came out of nowhere. Like, I feel like it was like, what, maybe like 3 months ago that this kid just was like on every graphic possible. And like, I felt bad because anytime I saw his name, I would confuse him with my boy Riley O'Neal. No, like, he does not have long curly hair. And then like, but like, oh my God, is this kid insane?
Yeah.
Like, he's I mean, I don't want to draw comparisons, but like you mentioned this podcast alumni Nick Wayne. I mean, this kid's got that kind of like swag to him.
Yeah. Junie said that he's the best case of right place, right time, Ryan. Like, really is. I mean,
literally,
I'm really happy for him that, we get to see him like all over the place. So he's like, should we call him like the king of the scrambles? Because he's been like killing all the damn scramble matches.
You know what? Every year there is somebody who dominates scrambles.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know what? Flying Ryan may be right up there for it.
So definitely
Now that means he needs to be in Fight Life because Fight Life loves them a frickin' scramble.
Yeah.
And we throw Flying Ryan in it with like a Flash Waller and a Shannon just because.
Oh, yes, because it's just like a given or whatever. And it's like, even if you throw like Alec in there, it's just like a given of like the scrambles over there.
Literally.
So, let's see. Clown says, I think Teriyaki is set for a big 2026. Same with Mr. Dick. Yeah, Teriyaki's one. Listen, can we sit here and we talk about like top teams been killing it. Teriyaki's another one because like a lot of people have been talking to me about Teriyaki and like he's so good. Those WWA 4 kids. Oh my God. So since I'm bringing that up, I have to talk about that. When I went down to Action, they did like Next Up. And if you watched my vlog backstage of Action, me and Jaden Newman, get better soon. Love Jaden Newman. I had asked them and I was like, where do these kids come from? So that I believe it's on IWTV. It's called Next Up. Action puts it out. So it's before the show happens, whoever kind of like helped build the ring or whatever, they get like 5-minute matches and then it gets put up on IWTV or whatever like that. So, and I never seen these kids before. They were all like WWE 4 kids. I seen some like mind-blowing matches and I was like, oh wow, it was like, this is literally what's next up of what's coming out there. And I mean, you can't go wrong with AR Fox's students. Teriyaki is one, and he really has had an insane year. So definitely one to shout out. So Judy says Yaki is the GOAT, and Judy says one-on-one will feed families.
What, Junie versus Teriyaki? Oh my God, it would. It 100%. Because think about it. It literally would, because you need Pyro to cook the teriyaki.
Yeah. Crazy. Drew says WWE 4 kids are bananas. AR Fox cloned his genes and injected them into his students. He really did. It really did. The WA 4, like, you could actually check out their stuff on YouTube. Oh, there's like so much stuff posted on it. They do have like live, like I was in the chat watching some of the live like student shows. It kind of like brings it back to like the H2O like Mondays that they used to have over there. These kids are wild. They're really, really fucking good. So definitely check that out if you're not. Like, I mean, it's YouTube. Like, you can't go wrong. There's so much footage on there. So
shouts out all the promotions who are, riding the YouTube train. I understand that there's a lot of monetization value and other things, but like, I'm not expecting you to put out your entire archives for free.
Yeah.
But just pop some matches. Give some people some stuff to latch onto. And like give them a reason to know who you are.
Yeah, definitely.
Let them discover what you're doing. There's nothing to gain from being hidden from everybody.
Absolutely. Oh, I love independent wrestling. So I don't care. You can say it's dead. It ain't fucking dead.
Hell no.
You're just not looking in the right place. You're not listen, if you have like even IWTV or whatever like that, there's so much shit on there that you could go back. Me and Zach were talking about, was it you that I was talking about? I was going back and I was looking up shit. What the hell was I talking? Was it you that I was talking about that I was digging?
You were looking up was it the no ring stuff?
Oh, No Peace Underground. That's what it was, because I was watching the Wrestling Open the other day and it gave me the vibes of No Peace Underground. And I was explaining to Zach because he didn't watch No Peace Underground, and that at one point was such a like blown up thing that like everybody wanted to work there. And like even the wrestlers like that were like, I was explaining to Zach that like Alex Zane used to just go show up when he was like signed with WWE, that he used to just like go show up and like hang out, not be on the show, just to go hang out and go see like the independent wrestling and stuff like that. And I started thinking about like Kid Osborne. I know me and Kid Osborne talked about it on the podcast because I love when they were like, he was like banned and they were making posters with like no kit or whatever. But oh my god, I missed that promotion. That promotion was great. I think me and Ryan were talking about it also the other day. Like, oh man, I missed that promotion. That was fun. So, but look at all the backlog shit that you could go and watch. So, and shout out to all the wrestlers that post their shit.
It's value for your buck too. I mean, like obviously, IWTV is a great freaking library. Like, if you can swing it, it's better than, the major leagues charging you $40 for a pay-per-view or $30 for ESPN or whatever it may be. You know what? $10 a month gets you countless upon countless promotions of the most tremendous stuff that you can possibly find out there. Same thing with it's $7.99 for Triller TV. I don't think they're as extensive, but I mean, man, do they have a freaking library of stuff.
Yeah. And then shout out to all the wrestlers that post their stuff too, because even the promoters too, like they'll upload matches randomly, like, oh, check out this free match, and then you can go like pay-per-view it, whether it's Thriller or IWTV. But then you have like stuff like Chaotic that's on like Twitch and YouTube, and we do have at our fingertips like a lot.
Yeah, they're the ones that like you can have your cake and eat it too. Hey, we have Twitch, but like we'll also give you YouTube. Like.
We're growing. Just imagine, like 20 years ago, we didn't have this shit. Like you were watching WWE, you were paid the $50 where you were doing the illegal streams.
Imagine you get to a point in your career where people are illegally streaming this podcast.
Oh God. I'll probably be dead. Like, what are you talking about? I can't. Too funny.
Someone found the underground site for the Queen of the Indies corner.
Oh,
they really found it tucked in the corner.
That's bad. That is got to be like illegally streamed for, my podcast or whatever like that. It's so crazy.
Oh my God.
Anything else that we haven't like touched base on? We touched on a lot. Like shit.
How long have we been doing this?
Huh? Almost an hour and a half.
Oh wow. What hour and a half? What are you talking about?
No, it's only been 5 minutes. It's only been 5 minutes. I don't know. There was like a lot. Good Cop, Bad Cop said Myro's videos went crazy on. They were going crazy on all the platforms. Milo, like
who was?
Milo Vera, like all his.
That was on Barstool. I think he might have gotten one on like ESPN once.
Yeah.
Like, he was all over the place, dude, man.
Yeah.
You want to say Javon Evans is bouncy? I would like to introduce you to Milo Mira.
Yeah. Oh man. We have to give the honorable mention of Bronson and Slade at GCW. That was crazy. Bronson's like first match, and it would have been better than Slade being his first death match or whatever. Like, I remember Bronson was posting that even like after that match, like people were still like weeks later, were still tagging him in clips of the matches. Like, that's how good it was. So you know what's funny? Like, standing next to when we were at the Connecticut GCW show, and I was in between TJ Crawford and Gabby when Bronson was wrestling, and TJ's like, "Where you going? That's the locker room back there. You don't need anything back there." And he was going to get tubes. And TJ's like, "You don't need anything back there." And Gabby's freaking out, right? Like,
I loved watching Gabby and Zeta like trying to like run up the stage to like avoid the freaking glass, and they're like, "Ah!" I'm like, oh my god, these two are a trip right now.
Oh my god, I can't. Good Cop, Bad Cop
Really?
says, what snacks are you looking forward to in 2026?
Is it like, so are you asking me about like new snacks I'm trying to try, or like what am I just gonna grab? Because like, listen, it's a green bag of combos every darn show if I can get my hands on them.
Don't lie, it's a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
I mean, you know what's funny is I took 2 trips to Maine in the past 2 weeks. I brought a peanut butter jelly sandwich on both.
See? I don't know. I feel like I need an in-brand cereal box now because you guys always asking me about the cereal shit.
Dude, that would be genius if you had like a Bootio's knockoff thing. Like you had your own Queen of the Indies cereal. That'd be some shit.
And then we have
and it comes with a little milk.
And we have Andy Brown be the first taster of it.
No, it's Bobby Buffet.
This is true, but because
he's got to do his little spoon thing.
He's back too, which is awesome. We got some comebacks this year too, so he's back. Love to see that. So I just saw Warhorse is injured out. Like, fucking injuries. I feel bad. I go on to like,
and he just came back to being Warhorse.
I know. Good Cop, Bad Cop said, I came for food talk and I've been very disappointed so far. Cereal talk, hell yeah.
Dude, the fact that we've gone an hour and a half without talking about food, that's probably a testament to this podcast. I mean, it's not like we came into this with the intention of food, but like usually it has to happen at some point.
Well, we had Alyssa on the podcast and, you know, like she's the queen of cereals. So like that was a great interview, definitely. So check that one out.
You know what? If we're going to talk about food, you know what I had the other day at the show I was at in Maine?
What?
That was like absolutely bomb. Shouts out Skip's Bar and Lounge. Great place. It's a great little venue. But they have what is essentially a Big Mac taco.
Uh-huh.
And oh my God, are they to die for? One of the guys on the show had recommended them, and I'm like, you know what? I'm willing to throw down. And oh my God, did I not regret it?
More taco talk.
It was all the taco. All the taco talk.
I like the
Listen,
food
Taco
trucks.
Bell brought back the quesarito. I'm living the life.
Oh man, the food trucks. Shout out to the food trucks at the promotion. Harry had one at BST. I wanted last. You weren't there, and they had empanadas, and I was in my glory because my Spanish side loves empanadas, and I was like, let's go.
OWR at a couple shows had like a coffee truck,
Mm-hmm.
and then a beef jerky stand,
Oh, wow.
and then a pastry stand in like a triangular radius, and I'm like, oh my God, y'all are gonna kill me. Oh,
I love it. Oh, I love that we're getting more of that because a lot of times that you go to promotions and they don't really have much. They'll have like a couple like chips, maybe like some drinks, like, you know, and like maybe like a hot dog and a pretzel, maybe, you know. But then there's times I've gone to places there's no food, you know. I went up to Rad Pro. I think they did pizza one time.
dude, and it's rough for me as an extracurricular activity doer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I'll be, you know, in my own little zone and then I have nothing to munch on.
Yeah.
And these wrestling shows do not cater to their most loyal demographic.
Yeah. More food at shows. Make a cereal bar.
Like, oh my god, dude! When I could go to a Fight Life show and have a bowl of chowder, I'm like, dude, this is the life right now.
Oh, yo, shout out to Frankie because when he first started up and then he was doing them in Rhode Island and I was doing those drives every once in a blue up to Rhode Island and him having the food trucks, like different food trucks all the time.
That was the shit.
Remember? There's like even the one at where was it? Even Frankie ran also in like Connecticut. That one that oh god, Jose was talking about putting the beeper in the pants so it could vibrate.
Oh my god, freaking Jose is his own. Great mind for the business, but man, is he a character?
Yeah. so many great stuff. What else? We got to meet Sean Legacy this year at Blitzkrieg. Yes. Remember, like
WWE
I was talking.
ID prospect Sean Legacy. Super.
I love when like Zach finds people because of me, and then we go to shows, and then Sean's like, oh, like remember like Ben Bishop, and like you pop because Ben was like, I know you're Queen of the Indies, and you're like, oh my god, the TikToker was the Queen of the Indies.
between your number one husband that I've worked with this year.
Yeah.
And then I put you over to Teriyaki when I saw him at GCW, the one that you weren't at.
Yeah.
You know, and he popped. Same with Jay Lucas.
Yeah.
Like the amount of people that if you just say, hey, I found you because of the Queen of the Indies, they're like, oh my God, no shoe. We love Tiffany.
Well, you finally met Adam Priest, and you know he that was it.
Let us go. Yeah, she's all right.
No, he was like, if you're friends with her, then you're bad news or whatever. Yes, he finally got to meet Adam Priest in Connecticut, so that was funny. Like, so now you haven't met Darren Bankston yet.
No, I haven't yet. No, I've seen him.
Yeah,
I've seen him, but I didn't.
Oh, that's right.
Get to meet him.
You didn't get to meet him or whatever like that. So that's happened to you a couple of Maya's world too. Like Maya was up. And then wrestlers hang out for a while.
At least I get to see them do their thing. You know, like at the end of the day, these people came here for a reason. You know, and they freaking kill it. They kill in the game.
Ed's in the chat. What's up,
Ed?
Ed?
You know, My World signed to AEW, and you know your boy Adam Priest is doing all that stuff with Ring of Honor right now.
I know.
You know with Tommy Billington,
yes,
and like doing stuff with Jay Lethal. Which, like, I mean, if you ever wanted to make a little Zoe's heart happy, just do anything with Jay Lethal.
Yes. Yeah, and then him teaming with Darren Bankston, Lemon Pepper Princes, like they need to be everywhere.
Dude, their energy every time I see an entrance clip of Bankston, like
they're so opposite.
Like,
they're so opposite. Like when I think it's clipped on my Instagram highlights or whatever at JCW. I was sad because I wanted to be at the show, but I was at BST, and it was Darian, Adam, and Lee Moriarty. And they come out like dancing, and Adam just like looking at them like the fuck.
Viral moment of the year.
I love that shit. Good Cop Bad Cop says, Tiffany, you used to take cookies to the wrestlers, right? Cereal treats has to be the way to go. Sure. Yeah, I got tired of doing all the baking. It's a lot of work that I used to bring the cookies. They used to fight Dante, Drago, and Kylon King. That they used to fight over my cookies. And actually, I just saw Dante at Kept TV recently, and I was like, fuck. I was like, I should have made cookies. He goes, oh. It was like, my cookies are, you know, whatever. Ralphie in the chat says, I've started bringing homemade empanadas to any show I go to. Oh, that's the way to go. It's like,
yo, empanada. If I go to a show and there are empanadas, are you kidding me?
I'm a happy girl. I am a happy girl. That or like coffee and like, you know. All right, let me see who else. Kaya says, so many Canadian promotion wrestlers to look out for too. Absolutely. Can we talk about Von Vertigo?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, we can talk about Von Vertigo. Von Vertigo, the master of the Shining Wizard.
Love him.
Yes, we absolutely can. Listen, and he's one of those guys like that's like putting Canadian wrestling, indie wrestling at least, like he's carrying the load for it right
Yeah.
now, at least in my opinion. Like he's doing the rounds, and like he's
Yes.
one of those guys that like you look at him and you think you know his style, and then like he completely diverts your expectations.
Yeah.
And he's just so fun to watch. And I could watch him wrestle a who's who of people, and I couldn't get tired of it. Like the fact that he was even at Chaotic this year a few
I
times was freaking cool.
know.
Like
So
BST,
cool. Yeah,
like,
we always see him in BST. Like, love that. Love that. Wait, let me go into the chat. Cloud says, if you make an indie cereal, it needs to be shaped like hands with marshmallow hot dogs, and you can call it hot dogs and handshake. I love that idea. I'm like obsessed.
no, but it's gotta be like it's gotta be bridges and stars and
For me, yeah, it has to be like the shape of a bridge and a star for, bridges on toes and, a shooting star or whatever.
Yep.
And then Good Cop Backup says, my son says his favorite food ever at a wrestling show was a food truck that Tony Atlas told us need to get to the Gator Bites, and they did not disappoint. Oh, wow. Damn.
Okay. You know what? I would, after sharing a room with Tony Atlas for the first time a couple weeks ago, I would honestly believe it, and I wouldn't doubt anything he said. He's been on this earth for a long time. Him and Sydney Bacabella, like as much as they are fierce rivals,
Yeah.
like take their word as gospel.
Yeah.
Tony Atlas is a little less because, Tony Atlas is just, he's out of this world. But he's so humble. He's so sweet. We love him.
Yeah.
Sydney Bacabella, though, there's a reason he's a former Hall of Famer.
He should have a cereal with like little wigs or whatever. And guys,
cereal or get a fireball in your face.
there you go. Kai says we need to give our flowers to Sinner and Saint and Casey Ferreira. Seriously. So Sinner and Saint's all over the freaking place. We love to see it. So
I absolutely love again as a connoisseur of tag team wrestling. I mean, those are one of the teams where it's like if you want quality, they are it.
yeah.
Like they just you can't go wrong. There's a reason they're in TNA.
Yeah.
There's a reason that they have torn up every coast that they decide to freaking land on.
Right.
It's Sinner and Saint. Like they're doing the shit.
Yeah. So good. There's so much stuff.
But now I'm gonna have to figure out who that other name was because I did not recognize.
Yeah, I know that's a name that I'm not familiar with, which is great. So we'll definitely, I definitely need more of that. I've gotten a new love of bridges on toes because of Tiffany. If you do not think of me with the perfect bridge by now.
But now what you have to do at your local indie show is when a wrestler hits the perfect bridge and they hit the toes, you just got to belt out bridge. That way, when Tiffany watches the stream, she'll hear it and then she'll know. And then that way, that wrestler understands that they did a good thing.
I've caused so much chaos so many years. And again, if you don't know, Anthony Gango was the first one with the perfect bridge that I've seen in indie wrestling, and I was in love. And I've been yelled at by so many wrestlers, even Kylon King, why you got people trying to do my move. Desmond Cole's done it. Gabriel Sky has a beautiful bridge. Nick Wayne,
yes, he does.
Oh my!
Jada Stone does. You know what? Fittingly, the Suplex Sweetheart Isana has a really nice bridge. And she's a bulky one that can get that bridge. So shouts out to her. She's even on a little bit of a career renaissance right now.
Yeah.
She found the Lockup Academy, Brutal Bob Evans, and Delia Markopoulos doing some great work down there. And again, she's got a pretty bridge.
Yes. A lot of beautiful bridge. I love it. Even Dave tags me and shit. Harry's in the chat. What's up, Harry? We were gushing.
Harry!
We were gushing over BST for a while.
That's been half this podcast.
We're just changing it. Change it to BST Action Wrestling, right? Focus Pro.
Literally.
We're just change the name. We're just sitting here gushing over all our favorite.
It's not our fault that these promoters just know what they're doing and create really good products.
Which is good. And then there's some that need to take note of the promotions we're talking about.
Yeah. half your cards shouldn't feel like a smoke break match for me.
Oh my God. Well, didn't I say that? I'm saying that when I was at Deadlock Pro, I was like, I have to hold my pee. I was like, because I don't want to miss one damn good match. I was like, because that's how
Yeah,
like
exactly. It's the same difference.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, so, because it's always something or whatever. But man, so it's been an absolute crazy year. A lot of
It
great
really
wrestlers.
has. 2025, man. One for the one. You know what? Everybody came into 2025 like, man, 2025 gonna suck. And I mean, a lot of the outer stuff
Yeah.
absolutely sucks.
Yeah.
Man, does the economy suck.
Yeah.
But like wrestling can still be fun.
Yeah.
And even when the big companies are, getting money hungry and, boring, stale creatively, you have the indies and you have such a variety of independents that, you know what, if you don't like this one, go a couple lines down and you'll find somewhere else and maybe they'll cater to you. And there's so much options out there if you just look hard enough, or just follow the Queen of the Indies social media and you'll get bombarded with notifications of the who's and the what's.
I took off like a week and I did all Christmas shit, right? Like I didn't watch wrestling and I was like, all right, I got, Christmas parties and pop-up shops and family, and there was like so much shit that I was doing like 1 week of like Christmas stuff. So I was so backlogged to watch wrestling, and I was like, okay, I started watching stuff, tweeting about it, then I pause it, then like I'd be doing something else, then I had to go. I had so much shit to go back on.
Yeah,
like,
that's when you're watching the Instagram story and it's like just nonstop shit.
Right? Like you're just like, what the fuck is she watching now? Like, she's watching like, I don't know that. Oh, okay, that's Pro Wrestling Symphony. Oh, she just went back to ETU. Oh, she's watching Deadlock Pro. Like it's like all over the
She's got her multi-screen going.
Oh God, when the multi-screens, and then I get the messages, they're like, how the fuck do you do that? And I'm like, I've been doing this shit for years. And I go back to years ago when the Collective was in Tampa. And I had one TV. I actually brought the other TV in my bedroom into the living room and I set it next to each other. And I camped out in my living room at the time. Literally, I slept in the living room because like there was just so much going on. And then like at that time, like Marcus Matters would message me, be like, oh, you want to watch this? So that I would put whatever he was on the bigger screen and put the other one on the little one. And that's when Fight TV had the Collective and then IWTV had the Collective. That shit was crazy. So I don't know if you remember that. So
yo, that was definitely that point.
That was crazy. And then I remember the wrestlers were going back and forth to Tampa. So that was with the gray sweatpants Rumble too, and actually Pretty Boy Smooth was talking about that. Do you ever like go back and
how do we always come back to this?
That's it. I have to book a gray sweatpants show. Like, we don't discriminate, Zach. Women can be in gray sweatpants too. Like,
yeah, baby.
The bra has to be gray sweatpants too. Okay, you can like cut it as a bra, but it has to be gray.
There you go.
Sweatpants.
Perfect. Watch out, motherfucker! Instant disqualification.
Harry said, "My peeps." And he says, "Love y'all." Yes, Deuce. Deuce is another one that I feel like is coming up, and we need some more eyes on him, and he needs to venture out a little bit more because I feel like he's gonna be one to wreck with, also. So
yeah, he definitely has a lot of room to grow, but like he's definitely got a good foundation. He's doing some stuff. He's surrounding himself with some decent people, and like the sky's the limit. I mean, he's tall enough to reach it. So
this PAPW show this weekend is looking fucking good. You got Kylon.
Oh, the alley fight.
I kind of want to go to this show. This is another promotion that I haven't gone to.
My boy, the Premier, Luis Leon, Jay Onyx, Jeremy Lacroix, all these guys going for the championship.
There's a lot. So, man, yeah, it's been. Can we talk about also Ryan Clancy? We didn't talk about Ryan Clancy because The fact that he's gone to Japan, came back, looks amazing.
Oh, I mean, he's always looked amazing.
And
He's
then
always, an exquisite person. But
he came back, right? When he came back from Japan, and he was on that Deadlock Pro in August, and he popped the perfect bridge. And I was like, I already love you, but now I love you more. Like,
and again, he's like you said, like he got to the point of like going to Japan and like Germany, and like he's doing everything right.
yeah.
And it all culminates with him, becoming the IWTV champion. Like, I feel like in a way that is super validating of everything that he's put in this year, like him getting that title reign, despite, the controversy that is surrounding it going into tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I mean, to say that I got to voice one of his championship matches, is something I'm grateful for. And the work that he's doing is simply phenomenal. I mean, the prettiest drop kick in the game
Yes,
belongs to
hands
Fancy
down.
Brian Clancy. Bar none. I won't hear it. You'll be arguing with the wall.
I'm
And
with you.
he's just gonna keep doing it because like he's just somebody. And I love that again. He doesn't have to do much. He is somebody who is so down to earth, down to the mat.
Yes. Love him.
And like, it's just so good.
Oh,
So good.
so good. There's so many good. I feel awful because there's so many wrestlers out there. I try to give
That's how I
flowers.
feel. There's too many people that we'd be sitting here for double, triple the time
Yeah.
to like actually give everybody who deserves it the credit they deserve.
Yeah. But like there's a lot. And there's a bunch of names that haven't been on the podcast that I hope to bring on the podcast next year. There's definitely a lot, which is great. And that's the nice thing about independent wrestling. As a bunch move on to WWE, AEW, we get new crops, which is great. And maybe they're not as
I can't
new.
wait to call them all.
Yeah. So Zach wants you guys to bring out Tim Bosby so he can see him and more Darian Bengston. So that's like my
we're
boy.
asking for a lot here.
What?
I said I don't think we're asking for a lot here.
No, I don't think we're asking for a lot. Well, Zach calls Darian Bengston my South version of A Game.
Basically, you have one. They're like, listen, wrestlers are like Pokemon types, and you have a specific style of wrestler for every freaking region.
Well, it's funny since like Harry's in the chat. I remember, I don't know if it was this year that Harry said it to me or it was last year. And I remember us sitting at Fight Life in the bar in Massachusetts. And he was like, because we were talking about like styles of wrestling. And he was like, you like hybrid because I like a little bit of everything. But it's so funny how it's like I gush for certain things. And like I can really like tap into like a really good technical match. Like I think that's kind of like one of my guilty pleasures is like really good like technical. So I think like when Darian or like Matt Mikowski, like Adam Priest, like I gush for like those styles, like Clancy even too, because you don't really.
Dude,
like...
and then you even got a guy like a Bobby Casal right now.
Oh, how did we not bring him up?
The next coming.
Yeah.
Like the match he had with Danny Miles at Fight Life was like a testament. Like this guy can go that distance, and like, and that was one of, I didn't get to call it, but I got to watch it, and like it. So if you ever say that wrestling doesn't feel real, watch that one.
Yeah.
Because it literally felt like an MMA fight where like you were actually like, oh my god, I can't believe that result just happened.
Yeah.
Like, how did, like, because of it was just the way they interlocked and they were just going at it. It was that raw grittiness that, like, you don't find in a lot of guys. And Bobby Casal, I mean, I don't like some of the people that he surrounds himself with out in Worcester. He likes some Western people who wear fancy hats, and we don't support that.
Yeah.
But we do support Bobby Casal and all the hard work that he's putting in right now in a good part of his career.
Bobby and me talked, like, I will put him on the podcast. I'm just waiting for him to get a little more matches under his belt. Like, I already had this conversation with him because He's still new. I really like what he's doing. I see big things for him and stuff. But same thing with Gabby. Everybody was like, put Gabby on the podcast when she made her debut. And I'm like, can she have a little bit of a run in the independent scene before I put her into the podcast? That was like, so we could have some meat to our conversation. So that's the same thing with Bobby. Like, he's definitely one that I told him already that I want to put you on the podcast. I just want you to have a little bit more. And I think we're at that point because he showed up at Chaotic. He's been doing Wrestling Open. He's done Beyond. Like, he's that Cap, obviously. Like, so he's getting there. So real soon, I'm going to put him on this podcast, like, real soon. So Junie Underwood's coming on next week. And then the following week, I have Shimbashi. I can't wait to just do that to him on the podcast. He's going to be like, this bitch.
But y'all our favorite bitch.
Like, yeah, he was like, you're my favorite bitch. Harry said I saw him with Tiffany at Cap Show and he looked incredible. He just has this look. So Harry said that was like a breakout moment in my eyes for Bobby. So yeah, definitely. And I like that he's working with Danny because I feel like if anybody that he should work with is Danny Miles. And everybody knows, like, I love Danny Miles. I absolutely love him. And like, we've had those conversations, me and him. And, you know, like, I will always support Danny Miles. And he's always looking to put over, like, next and upcoming.
Absolutely. And he's one of those guys, it doesn't matter what you put him in, he will execute it swimmingly. You know, you want the MMA style, you've got it. You want him to bring the era of violence, watch Focus Pro. He's been doing it for crazy. You want a great tag team wrestler? Get him and Trigger the OG, and they'll run circles around your best tag team.
Yeah.
Like, this is a guy who, like, is in the twilight of his career to an extent. Like, I feel like he's still got plenty left to give, but, like, he's definitely on the back half more than the front half.
Right.
And, like, for the years that he does have left, like, now's the time to, like, really be like, dude, he's here. He's now. Like, let him wrestle. Let him do it. Let him kick ass and take names everywhere.
100%. Kai in chat says, to me, Creator Pro has some of the best wrestling and wrestlers in the world, like Bobby Casale, Shooter Boys, Bear Bronson, Dante Drake. Definitely, there's some great that come out of there. Coach C's in the chat.
Funnier?
Yeah.
It's Coach C, big fan. But I was gonna say Bobby Casale, like, he doesn't feel like a Creator Pro guy. Like, when you say his name, he just feels like his own thing, and that's what, like, also kind of makes me feel cool about him.
Yeah.
Where it's like a lot of people you can identify as like, all right, that's definitely like a Cap wrestler.
Yeah.
Bobby Casale just comes and he's like, I'm Bobby Casale.
He gives me like vibes of like Matt Mikowski, right? Because like, Matt Mikowski was in MMA. And when I first saw Bobby and then putting Jack Tomlinson with him, to Jack being the best at, you know, talking, that's what he does, and putting him with Bobby being this big guy, and like Harry said, he was with me at that Cap TV and we saw this pairing and it's like really, really good. So, and again, here's someone still in his first year of wrestling and is making the waves, but he's got that look. So I kind of feel like you, that it's like, I'm not like, even though he's coming out of Cap, my brain's going to like kind of like a Matt Mikowski kind of deal.
Right, like he feels like someone who was cut from the same cloth as a Quasi.
Yeah.
Without the exuberance.
Oh my God! Put that match. Oh my God! Put Bobby Casale and Quasi Asante. Oh my God!
That's a money match.
Damn,
putting it out
you
in
got
the
me
universe.
hyped.
Someone be crazy enough to book it.
Oh, Ed says, can't wait for 2026. Try to travel to some shows. I see, you know, I would call it ASC, and I got ringed out by Shug D, but it's a Shay at my first non-New England road trip. Yeah, that's another one that Darian Banks did, and Shug D, like they killed those matches. Like,
dude, Shug D is freaking. He's another one where I feel like he's definitely in the twilight, but man, is he getting the credit that he's just so good. He's been good for a long time.
Well, now I get shit because I give him shit about the death match. The death match. The shit was like, where's the fucking pumpkins? So now I give him shit. And like, they were being Grinches on Pro Wrestling Symphony also. Like, Yeah. And then me and what's his name? Tyler Stevens, we were arguing on social media too. It's great. So Cloud says like 90% of all up and coming talent could be either linked to Cap or AR5. Yeah, I'm telling you with I'd like to go down to a
Or
W.
Nepwa, because Nepwa is freaking.
Yeah.
Those kids are starting to fast travel,
Yeah.
like, and all the power to them. Spike, Spike Nishimura just got back from Japan herself, her second stint in Japan.
Yeah.
Like we've been talking about them all podcast, where it's like
Right.
these kids aren't joking. Like,
Yeah.
and the next generation right now, like, you can say what you want about the approach, you can say anything you want about the social media age of wrestling, but like there is such a good crop coming out right now. They just need the investment. They just need the people willing to like give them an inkling of a chance. Let them remotely try to wrestle somebody outside of their bubble,
Right.
and they have the opportunity to prosper if they're in the right environment.
Harry's thinking about your match with Kwesi and Bobby Casal.
Fantastic.
I mean, he didn't say it, but I know he must have thought it.
Oh, I was gonna say, if he's in the chat saying it, I was gonna be like, listen, just put me on the headset for it, and I'll be happy.
I can't.
That'll be my credit.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want lemon pepper princes, like against like Angelo and Kwesi or the Shooter Boys, or oh my god, there's so many matches here.
See, oh man, them versus Shooter Boys would go.
The what?
Them versus Shooter Boys will go insane.
Anything. Kay says, I would love to go to Cap, but it's like a 3.5 hour away and I don't drive. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, I feel that.
You know who else? What is Prieston Banks' name again?
Lemon pepper princes.
You know who I would love to see them in the ring with? Above all. Because you know what? Riley, he's one of those guys that, like, he doesn't know his own strength. And I feel like Priest would be the perfect freaking person to, like, let him just lick his chops off and, like, just have one of those fights. And then Devin and Darian can just, circle around each other and do shit, man. Like,
what
and
about
they're a team that, like,
above the rest?
Oh! Stop! You know how much I want Above the Rest to do, but I hate that they're separated now.
4-corner tag team.
Yeah. Just throw them. No, tag team gauntlet match. There we go. We're just
then you throw Miracle Generation in there too, and then it's like,
yeah, because they're the standards,
That'd be like fucked really royally. Like I'll be sitting there, I'm like, God, I can't deal with this match. Like my boys, all my boys in the fucking match. I can't deal with it. Kai says also Catch Point and Worldwide Dojo. Yes. Oh my god, like shout out to Cheeseburger. Shout out to Cheeseburger, man. Like I actually, well, Ryan's in the chat. Ryan's going over to Cheeseburger school. Darian Hardway is another one. Like there's a whole bunch of like a lot of even the H2O kids go over to Cheeseburger school and stuff like that. So, and he does great stuff too. So shout out to Cheeseburger. Definitely doing some
he's another one that I'm so happy that I got the chance to work with and call a matchup, because like anybody who knows me knows that I'm a mark for Nordy's 2010s Ring of Honor. So anything from that like 2016 2017 onward, right before the buyout, like is my bread and butter. So, and for Cheeseburger to be somebody who like you would have looked at him years ago and been like, nah. But guess what? Like everything that he's done and like the mind that he has and the people that he has sat and picked brain of to be able to produce such a class of performers is, a testament to him and what he's doing over at the Worldwide Dojo. Like, you can't say enough good things about Cheeseburger. I mean, who doesn't love a good cheeseburger?
There's a lot of good schools out there. So as even like with a lot of the wrestlers that I've had on this podcast, and if you want to go into wrestling, make sure you do a lot of research. There's a lot of great schools out there.
Please do your research.
Yes. Please do your research and train. Like,
and another big thing, like, don't just buy into one philosophy.
Yeah.
A place can be your primary source of knowledge, but there is such a thing as this isn't the only way.
All right.
You know, there are plenty of other ways, and it's natural to want to learn.
Yeah.
Go learn as much as you can at as many different places. Take seminars.
Yes.
You
Do
know,
seminars.
even and I kid you not, I will say doing ring crew, like you never know who is gonna walk through doors of any promotion and just start spouting stuff. Like that's how I get a lot of my stuff is just listening to everybody who's around me. People that maybe I didn't get to experience like when I started doing this, but are now still around bestowing knowledge. You know, and like for wrestlers, it's a lot more accessible.
Right.
Like it's so accessible. You know, a guy like a Bob Evans will literally do online seminars with you. A guy like AG will sit and watch your matches for you and critique them with you. Like there's so many resources at your disposal if you just look hard enough and you actually make sure that it's from credible sources and from people who are going to steer you in the right direction, because it's all about who you surround yourself with in this.
Absolutely. A lot of wrestlers say that, you know. There's been some very great stories given to. I know even like Alex Kane was like, people can come into my DMs and, you know, we can talk. And like, there's a lot of wrestlers out there that are willing to, you know, talk to you, critique you, you know, like you could ask for advice, you know, the vets are there, you know, so take advantage of it. So craziness. So we've been on for 2 hours. So I think it's time to wrap up 2025.
Yeah.
You know, anything else you want to share that we haven't?
I mean, I guess it's the part where I get to do the cheap plug, right?
No. Done.
Oh no.
Cut. End of story. Sorry. Bye guys. Have a wonderful weekend. See you next year. Maybe.
Jonathan.
Go ahead, plug your shit.
Yeah, no, so tomorrow night, Providence, Rhode Island at Narragansett Brewery is going to be Cabo Wrestle. If you want some variety in your wrestling, I mean, there's wrestling and then some. Drag, burlesque, theater, live music, you name it, it's got it. After that, we're kicking off 2025 with a big bang, the double weekend of Focus Pro Wrestling Basket Case out in Braintree, Massachusetts, and Fight Life, first show of the year on the 11th, back out in Providence, Rhode Island. Outcast Wrestling Revolution on February the 7th for Forbidden Door Breakdown alongside the USWA. And anywhere really that wants to implore the ZO, I am open for business. You know, get me for commentary, get me to referee, get me to interview. Hell, let me ring announce. I'll manage somebody, give me a stick, you know, give me a camera, you name it, I'll do it. Just don't expect me to fight somebody, okay? Please. I'm non-violent unless unless you really need me to. But that's besides the point.
And he's available to walk his drunk friend.
Yeah, right. You know, any inquiries, just send them out to my social medias. You know, you can usually find me at Zach Leveille 98. Facebook is Zach Leveille. And Queen of the Indies.
Yeah, the Zach. Cloud says it's good seeing Nick Gage ending the year on a positive and getting his mind and body right. Yes, he's such a big part of the independent scene.
Hey, you know what? Nick Gage, Jimmy Lloyd. There was another one that I had on my head a second ago. Akira's, you know, finding his better place. You know, slowly but surely. Like
it's been a year.
You know, again, the mental health is real. Yeah. Please, if you are having issues, go seek help. Go find somebody to talk to. You know, find any way that you have to combat your demons. You know, because we all deserve to be happy in this life, and you know, enjoy doing the things we love with the people that mean the most to us. They shouldn't be taken from us so soon. And it's great that you know some people can find the other side of it.
Right, 100%. Definitely do that. So, thank you for coming on the podcast as I look forward.
Another year.
Yes, these are fun. So till next year, we figure out.
Now we'll be back here in 1 year's time.
The future of 2026 or whatever. So I have my earrings. The last time I'm gonna wear my 2025 earrings. Tomorrow. I should
imagine all the stuff we're gonna have to talk about. The next installment of this
of 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's going to be interesting because like we said, like we were planning to do SCI.
Big things down the pipeline.
Yeah, we don't even know like what's going to like happen. New promotions popping up, new places. There's definitely a lot of places I want to like check out next year. I say this every year. Like it is very important to me that like every year I find some new promotions and go visit some new promotions. So there's still some things on my bucket list. Like I want to go to Vacation Cup Land. That's a must for me. I need to do a Cold Fury show.
Oh wow, yeah, man, those
Yeah,
were times.
I need to do a Cold Fury show. Like it just never like lines up, you know, for me. So, but definitely got to do that. But yeah, so if you're listening to this, leave me some comments, leave me some love. Make sure you hit that like button. Tell me some of your favorite matches. Who's been, you know, new that you discovered, or you know, who's breakout star of the year? Who do you think is gonna, you know, be big next year? Like, give me some love in the comments. I would appreciate it. And like I said, Junie Underwood is coming on Monday, so we'll chat with him. It's been a while, so lots to talk about on Monday. And Shimbashi is coming on. Shimbashi is coming on the week after. So definitely. So, and if there's people you want me to interview, leave me some love. You know, so I'll see if I can make it work. If I can make it work.
Drop them in the comments.
Yes, leave me some love. And yeah, so everybody have a wonderful and safe New Year's Eve. Don't drink and drive.
Please, no.
Yeah, don't do that. So, but thank you everybody who's been in the chat, who's participated, all that fun stuff. So I appreciate you guys. So with that being said, you know the drill. Stay safe, support independent wrestling. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.
Feeling miserable.